I am not a Manderville man because... Oh gosh, no, I can't do it. Hey there folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, The Adventures of Hildibrand, the Realm Reborn, whatever you want to call it. In the last part, we took on the 2.2 Hildibrand story, fought off Greg, though he got away. He took the spear, but he wasn't who we were looking for. Oh no, no, no. Let's speak with Ellie. I kind of went to a kobold speaking there. The business? A betrothal? Oh, there you are. I've been doing some investigating of my own since last we parted. I believe I found our Lapis Maiden. The girl's name is Arabella, daughter of one Master Gugaremu, a prominent member of the East Aldenard Trading Company. Her eyes and hair are a most exceptional shade of blue. Her beauty is the talk of the Sultanate. Her purported beauty, I should say. You see, none have actually seen the girl in the flesh. Apparently her father is the overprotective sort. Some say that the maiden has never set foot outside the family's well-guarded estate. But all this is about to change. Rumor has it that the girl is to be wed, not just to anyone, mind you, to the heir of the Brugair Consortium. The formal announcement is said to be made at a commemorative feast to be jointly hosted by the two family businesses. The venue is Costa del Sol, where preparations are going on as we speak. Word on the street is that the bride-to-be will be making a rare public appearance. It is here that the thief intends to strike. I couldn't be more certain of it. Piqued your interest, have I? My sources tell me that the bride's father is already in Costa del Sol overseeing the preparations. This is one scoop I'm not going to miss, and you are welcome to come along. Alright, off to Costa del Sol. Some sun and beaching going on here. Guess I was looking for sun and sand, wasn't I? Except the problem is we were already in a sandy and... Whatever. You're not one of my associates. This banquet is for invited guests only. If you have no business here, be on your way at once. Beg pardon, good sir. My name is Elia, reporter for the Mithril Eye. If I might have just a moment of... Oh yes, that two-gill sensationalist rag. I read your tiresome screed about the cell-style phantom thief and his letter of challenge. You come to tell me my daughter is in danger. I can assure you that your concern is entirely unwarranted. I have not kept my Arabella safe to this day to see her whisked away from me by some fly-by-night rogue. I spared no expense in securing the best protection that money can buy. The brass blades of the Gerbera, an elite, the most lethal swordsman in the Sultanate. They say one of them once caused a man's heart to burst just by looking at him askance. The moment they set eyes on the would-be thief will be his last. If the thief is obliging enough to allow him to be seen, or do those goggles serve some purpose other than making the wearer look utterly ridiculous? Consulting Inspector Briardian, your reputation precedes you, and what, pray tell, would you propose? I haven't promised some of the wealthiest men in the realm that my daughter will be attending the festivities. To renege on my word would have dire implications for the family trade. My proposal's a simple one. Entrust the investigation to me. Ugh. The thief Gosh darn it. I literally just had a drink. The thief will be in shackles before the banquet commences, and it will cost you not a whit of your precious skill. Very well, let's see if your reputation is deserved, but consider yourself warned. Greater fortunes than you will ever know hinge upon this banquet. I will not tolerate any disturbances. Such touching concern for his coin purse, if only he could muster the same for his daughter. But do tell, Inspector, after he slipped under our noses the last time, what makes you so confident he can catch our thief this time around? Our man may boast 1,000 faces, but he has but a single modus operandi, and is painfully obvious. Leather challenge, precious treasure whisked away from its rightful owner in the broad light of day. This tells me that our thief is an attention seeker with supreme confidence in his abilities. Gosh dang it! It's like just that one tickling sensation from so much talking. Doubtless he meets the target of the maiden using the same methods he used to abscond with the treaty blade. Even now, the fiend is in our midst, having assumed the identity of someone who will be in close proximity to Miss Arabella at the feast. I've already narrowed the field. Arabella's betrothed, Yvonne's, would be an obvious target for a thief, so too would his father, Morgant. Yato Noto and his wife Sainana, the guests of honor, will give a toast to the couple's happiness, both will be standing close to the stage where the bride-to-be is set to appear. Needless to say, we cannot rule out Gugurima himself. Finally, we have Lewenhard, the steward of Gugurima's estate, and Miss Arabella's personal attendant. All the key players, save for the Lapis Maiden herself, have assembled in Costa del Sol. Doubtless the phantom thief lurks among them, his face concealed, gathering information and planning his course of attack. We will begin our questioning of the suspects immediately. Should you encounter any suspicious individuals, you are to report back to me at once. Hildibrand Manderville, I could smell the stench of idiocy and incompetence from a mile away. The pleasure is all mine, contriving Inspector Briardi, and forgive me for not revealing myself sooner. I'm simply conducting a bit of preliminary undercover investigative work. You have to see through my ingenious disguise with such ease. Yes, I dare say your powers of observation rival even my own. If you're not friends, I, Hildibrand, Andrew of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinary, have arrived to defend the maiden's honor as only a Manderville man can. He does realize there's still a fish on his head, doesn't he? Good Inspector, I realize we have not seen eye to Monaco in the past, but a fair maiden's virtue, mayhap her very life, is at stake. From one gentleman to another, let us put aside our differences. Yes, I would welcome your assistance in this case. Me? Assist you? Aren't you a funny man? Oh, it makes no matter. My plan is so flawless, and not even your bungling can interfere this time. If you wish to assist me, you may do so by keeping watch over the suspects. In the meantime, I have a promising lead to investigate. I shall return before the banquet begins. Well, I know this may be asking much. Do try not to do anything too stupid in my absence, will you? I would speak with you, but not here. I'll be waiting for you outside Costa del Sol. Come quickly, for we do not have the luxury of time. Okay. This isn't really outside Costa del Sol, but okay. You've come. Excellent. With that buffoon suitably distracted, we can get to more important matters. But before we proceed, what might I call you? Not a remarkable name, but will suffice. Now answer me this, Arya. You were there when the phantom thief, in the guise of Lady Geralda, stole off with the 3D blade. Is there anything about our foe's disguise that struck you as particularly noteworthy? Identical appearance? obvious answer, and yet all too many a certain self-styled gentleman comes to mind could not recognize a clue if it hit him upside the face. Your observation is astute. A thorough inspection of the mask left behind at the scene reveals a tiny prism sewn into the fabric. It is a stone that allows him to change appearances at will. Clearly, our man is no ordinary thief. Magic's far outside the grasp of the common folk are at his disposal. This, in itself, gives us the insight into his identity and his ways. And yet, this is not what caught my eye. No, from movements to mannerisms to that utterly obnoxious personality, these did not merely look like Lady Dorilla. He was her. Such a feat could not be accomplished by magical trickery alone. We are dealing with a clever and thorough criminal. Not content to rely on his ample powers of disguise, he studies his targets closely before assuming their identities. He emulates them utterly and completely, and that not even their closest friends or family could detect that aught is amiss. All the key players arrived at Costa del Sol 3 days ago, when preparations for the banquet began. This would afford our thief more than enough time to study his would-be target. Now, some disguises are more challenging than others. Put yourself in the mind of the Phantom, Arya. If you were the thief, whose identity would you first assume? A brass blade? Precisely. Clearly, you are far less useless than the bumbling inspector whose company you keep. Strong in number, few of words, able to come and go as they please, a fearsome reputation to scare away any who would draw near enough to realize something was amiss. An ideal entry into Costa del Sol for our man. Deducing as much, I made a point to question brass blades in the area. Little to my surprise, I learned that there was one man who had not been seen in his favorite alehouse for 3 days past. The thief has not made a habit of wanton murder. Doubtless the poor man is lying naked in a ditch not far from here. In addition to general security duties, each of the blades has been assigned to serve as bodyguard for one or more of the guests. The man can tell us of his assigned charge. Like as not, his answer will reveal the current identity of our thief. Our thief would not have had the time to carry the unconscious man far. We'll canvass the immediate area. You begin your search on the outskirts of Costa del Sol. Alright. Let us go down this way. Oh, hey. Excellent. You are one of the less incompetent assistants I have worked with. Thank the gods. Please free me from these chains before the snippers eat me alive. There. Now, tell me all that you can remember about what happened to you, and try to be brief. We had just arrived at Costa del Sol. I had the briefing of sorts. Master Gogorimu gave us each our orders. Who we'd be looking after in the had a mind to tour the area, get my bearings. Next thing I knew, I felt a thwack on the back of my head. When it came to, here I was, stripped to my skivvies. Much to the chagrin of those of us who have to look at you. You say you received orders from Master Gogorimu, who was to be your charge. Memory's hazy, but what was Morgaunt, father of the groom? The other was a law-felon gent from Limsa. Yotonoto. Now try your best to remember. Were there any other guests with whom you were ordered to interact? Come to think of it, yes. There was also the steward, Lewenhart. I was to review with him the schedule of the events, discuss the protection of key supplies, that sort of thing. Morgan, Yotonoto, and Lewenhart. Thank you. For an incompetent fool, your testimony has proved astonishingly enlightening. I shall see this man back to the city and into the possessions of some new clothes, after which I shall return to Costa del Sol to continue the investigation. Go on ahead of me, and for the love of the gods, just make sure that imbecile doesn't cause too much trouble in my absence. Okay. I can't promise anything. Oh, there you are, friend. Not a moment too soon, for I was about to commence my investigation in earnest. Tell me, did your Inspector Briardian's avenue of inquiry bear fruit? Morgaunt, Yotonoto, and the steward Lewenhart, you said? This does not surprise me. Yes, I had considered them all exceptionally suspicious from the start. The lapse maiden in danger, we cannot afford a moment's delay. I, Hildibrand, shall have our thief in shackles before the inspector returns. Fear not, friend, the inspector shall be none the wiser. If he had hoped to nab the fame for himself, he should not have simplified the task for me so. There's one of our suspects standing suspiciously under the canopy over there. Just you wait, fiend. I shall rip the mask from your face and reveal you for the rogue that you are. Stand back, friend. The man we pursue is a criminal mastermind. The mere slip of the tongue could put our case in our very lives in danger. But have no fear, Miss Ellie. Ready your quill that you might record my every word as I employ the time-honored art of parley, handed down from Manderville men of ages past to reveal our foe. I can think of few topics that would interest my readers less than your blathering. Just catch the thief so I can have my story with you. Don't worry, Inspector, I brought my quill and journal too. Your adoring fans won't miss a word. Capital! This is why you're my favorite assistant, Nashu. Now behold, as I ensnare our prey within a web of words leading to his inevitable demise. Good evening, Master Gugarim. What a fine evening it must be for you most of all. Allow me to offer my most heartfelt congratulations on your betrothal to the enchanting Miss Arabella. What is this nonsense? Arabella is my daughter, you. Just who in the seven hells are you? Anyway, guards! Guards! Now hold your chuckles, Gugarim. I recognize this lad. This is Hildibrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. Come to save the lovely lass from the clutches of the phantom thief, have you? I reckon we owe the man a gratitude, Ivans. The phantom thief bothered Ash and Rod, if you ask me. That said, my betrothed must be quite the beauty indeed to have such rumors told about her. Perhaps she's worthy of me after all, haha. He exudes an unusual degree of confidence for such an effete fashion-challenged youth. Most suspicious. He's a damn sight easier on the eyes than you. Ahaha, that's me, Vans, ever calm in the face of danger, truly his father's son. A worthy heir to the Brugger Consortium, a worthy match for my daughter, I must say. Yes, I foresee many years of prosperity for our families. Or family, I should say. Ho ho! Which reminds me, Master Vans, Arabella asked me to convey her gratitude to you for the gold clasp you sent some months ago. It was not left her neck since the day. Oh, that little trinket, 'twas nothing. Tell your daughter the greatest treasures in the realm will be hers once we are wed. The time-honored Manderville arts of parley. We be sleeping with the fishes now. Have Morgaunt not spoken up on your behalf? That's it. Nothing about the interactions between the three struck me as particularly unnatural. Let's not rush to conclusions, Miss Ellie. Gentleman fancies a more methodical approach. Yes, everything is proceeding according to my master plan. Whoops! I was supposed to be taking this down, wasn't I? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan. I sought only to earn the trust of the families before confronting Yaltonoto and Lewinhart, who have aroused my suspicion from the start. Come, we have a thief to apprehend. I've not seen your faces around here with the East Aldenart Trading Company, are you? Why, yes, good sir, very much with them. Some might say we are the East Aldenart Trading Company, ha ha ha. Oh ho ho, pleasure to meet ya. Do tell, is the lapis maiden as lovely as they say? So Nana here's no slouch herself, but like me, she's getting on in years. No offense intended, my dear. Oh, but where are me manners? Yaltonoto, the Brugger Consortium, and this is me wife, Sinana. Look forward to many profitable dealings with you and yours in the moons and years to come. I just said this wedding and the joining together of our family businesses couldn't be happening at a better time, what with all the manner of fell beasts and beastmen taking aim at our wares. What, just the other day a shipment of imported foodstuff was waylaid by the Mandragoras. Nasty buggers, the lot of them. If I were 20 years younger, I'd dice them up myself and make salad out of. You have heard of the Mandragoras, haven't you? But of course, I once spent a year honing body and mind with the fist of Roger, my fellow monks, and I would chant several hundred mantra whatsits a day. And your food stores were occasionally raided by the ruthless band of rogue vegetables known as the Mandragoras, yes? Would it kill you to read the myth and educate yourself from time to time? A fearsome lot they are. Rumor has it that they'll not rest until every fruit or vegetable harvested for consumption has been free from captivity. Why, they struck the law here just days ago. Our supplies were decimated. Fear not, my lady. I was able to arrange for an emergency shipment to replace the stolen produce that arrived safely some time ago. Settle down, Sonoma. Forgive me, wife. She's always saying how meat is bad for her figure. And with that, I best go prepare me speech. Carry on, lads. Criminy, none of those three were suspicious in the least. We must not give up hope, lest he of many faces have the last laugh. Where there's a will, a gentleman shall find the way. Come, Nashu, we must move quickly, or the lapsed maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm. You speak so fast, Inspector, the sign of a quick mind, I'm sure. Nowhere was it. Give up hope. He of many faces will laugh last. Lapsed maiden shall not be the only one to come. Shall not be the only one to come to harm. Not sure that captures the inspector's intended meaning. But this is no time for us to be standing around. Inspector Briardian will be back any moment now. He's not the type to suffer excuses. Quite so, Miss Elliot. Fortunately, I have a plan. Let's investigate the footsteps of which Master Lewinhart spoke. Should we find any contradictions in his testimony, we can consider the man a prime suspect. Inspector Briardian will be back before long. Come, Nashu, this is no time to delay. Alright. Here is that food supply. Inspecting. Crates of assorted foodstuff and veritable hosts of luscious-looking coconuts. It appears that our man Lewinhart spoke true? Ye gads! Are those explosives I spy concealed among these coconuts? Perhaps I spoke in haste. It would appear that we have found our phantom thief after all. Oh, those are mine, Inspector. I was looking for a place to set them down. You see, and those coconuts were looking awfully lonely. Now shoot, far be it from me to cast out on your choice of hobbies, but what in the name of the 12 would possess you to bring your creations to an investigation? Oh, well, they were so helpful in jogging your memory that one time, and I just thought, does this mean you won't be needing this piece of driftwood either? Your enthusiasm is always admirable, Nashu, but in this event, I fear it's somewhat misdirected. Now, set the driftwood down over there, concentrate on taking your notes like the astute assistant you are. I say, we are most fortunate that confounding Inspector Briardian is otherwise occupied at the moment. Were he to chance upon this scene, he would invariably explode in rage. Now let's dispose of these things before an errant ember sends us all to a fiery demise. Confounding Inspector Briardian explode a fiery demise. Got it. You sure about that? Don't look now, but someone has returned at the absolute worst possible time. You two were supposed to be keeping an eye on the suspects and staying out of trouble. Yes, the inspector will have a fit if he sees you here. But, Miss Ellie, should Inspector Briardian come upon these explosives, the consequences will be even more dire. Ari and I will see that the inspector keeps a wide berth of this speech. You two just get out of here and be quick about it. Quick thinking, Miss Ellie. Come, Nashu. We shall return for our creations once Inspector Briardian has been led safely from the scene. Investigation calls us, and we must heed its cry. A burst of inspiration. So Hildibrand has managed thus far not to destroy anything, considering me being almost resembling impressed. Indeed, but enough about Hildibrand. Arya and I have been waiting to hear your latest theories. We should go somewhere quiet and... An excellent idea, Miss Elliot. Yes, that spot over there by the crates should suffice. There of all places? Surely we can find somewhere more scenic? I'm not here on vacation. I'm here to solve a case. Besides, we can't afford to have our conversation overheard. A junk leather beach should afford us some welcome privacy. Yes, Inspector. Privacy indeed. Holy hells, don't worry, Arya. I'll figure out some way to lead him clear of the bombs. And the back we go again. Is it just me, or is there a bit of a chill in the air? Perhaps we should go someplace warm. I, for one, welcome a respite from the sweltering heat. Besides, this will not take long. If you insist, Inspector. Through the questioning of a brass blade attacked by our quarry, I have identified the 3 individuals most likely to be our thief in disguise. To wit, Morgant, Yalto Noto, and Lewenhart, the 3 of us shall split up, with each of us keeping watch over. Are the 2 of you listening? Of course we are! Beg pardon, Inspector. You look well, Miss Ellie. Perhaps you were right. I too feel a chill wind blowing up. Mayhap we should continue our conversation elsewhere. Ah, but there's no need. Wait here. I shall build us a fire. Ha ha ha! Methinks the Inspector has taken leave of his senses. The chance of locating suitable kindling on these barren shores is infinite, blah, 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 very small. Here we are. This piece of driftwood should serve perfectly, and as fortune would have it, I just happen to have a flintstone on my person. There's no cause for alarm. 'Tis not blood that courses through the Inspector's veins, but ice. I could not fathom a series of events that would lead such a calm and composed individual to lose his firm grip on that fiery torch. Remarkable insight, Inspector. I must record these words for posterity. Whee! It's flying! What have we here? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan. Twitch. Could this be another challenge from the Fiend? Surely you jest, Inspector. Looks nothing like his usual cards, see? Doubtless is just some idle ravings of some madman. Perhaps so, but we must exercise due caution. There are 2 more pages. Give up hope. He of many faces will laugh last. It is not the Lapis Maiden alone that shall come to harm. It is more direct than his previous challenges, but there can be no doubt as to the sender. Let's talk of another victim. The final page holds the answer, no doubt. The final page? Confounding Inspector Briardian will meet a fiery demise. You saw through the Fiend's ruse, but how? Let's just call it reporter's intuition. Are you hurt? Ringing in my ears, but otherwise no worse for the wear. You have my gratitude. Hildibrand Manderville, were you able to learn aught of the fiend who made this ignoble attempt on my life? I exhausted every effort, Inspector, yet I fear our quarry proves ever elusive. Excellent. I might have died of shock if you had. At any rate, our foe has revealed himself as no mere thief, but a madman who resorts to cold-blooded murder. We will redouble our vigilance, lest the others come to harm. Vigilance! Yes, vigilance is the order of the day. What in the name of the gods? Those tips! Those vegetables cost a fortune, and they're ruined! Ruined! Agent of inquiry! More like agent of injury and incompetence. You are to replace the supplies that you destroy before the banquet begins, or I'll see the entire lot of you rot in a gaol. Yeah. What was that terrible explosion coming from the beach? Is everyone safe? Fear not, the fiend's artless attempt on my life has been thwarted. Sadly, your food supply did not escape unscathed. Master Gugarimu bids that the damaged ingredients be replaced with all speed. Cause, this is no thief. This is a madman. To replacing the ingredients, I fear that will prove a difficult task. Those crates contain imported vegetables of considerable rarity, you see. Vegetables are in particularly short supply these days, what with the mandragoras at large. Even if I were to place the order immediately, it would likely take days to arrive. The mandragoras? I've heard of that fell band. Tell me, what manner of vegetables did they steal? The rarest was an import from the Far East. I do not recall the name, but was very closely resembled the Eorzean dragon pepper, save for its color, which was a deep purple. Methinks you dost worry too much, Master Lewinhart. Our course of action is clear. We need only storm into the den of these overgrown weeds and steal your precious purple dragon peppers right back. I'll advise against that, Inspector. These are no ordinary mandragoras, but rather a bloodthirsty band of killers given succulent flesh. Even the brass blades of the Gerbera proved unable to resist them. Oho, a formidable foe indeed. Were only there a brave soul in our midst with a want for taking on fearsome enemy without a shred of concern for her own well-being? Hi? Your eyes, friend, they speak to me, they say, yes, I shall vanquish these rogue vegetables and deliver the purloined goods back to the rightful owner. You are truly a godsend adventurer, ones. Son Himal of the Yellow Jackets has been charged with defending the roads from the Mandragoras. If anyone wouldn't have knowledge of their current whereabouts, it would be him. Without those ingredients, Master Gugarimu's like to cook me instead. Please, friend, you're my only hope. A gentleman would never let a lady face danger alone. Let's away the Limpsa together. Five. If you come for the Mandragoras, I fear you're half a bell late, as were we, blast it all. To hear the poor merchant tell it, no sooner had he opened his cargo hold to check on the shipment of vegetables than did an onion turn on him, screeching bloody murder. Fled his own vessel in sheer terror, he did. By the time he came to his senses, he had set sail without him. The merchant left for Aleport, hoping to recoup his losses. If you've been mind to go after the culprits, you might lend an ear to a sad tale. Is the thrill of the chase not invigorating, friend? The ferry docked by Fisherman's Bottom will carry us to Aleport. Let's swiftly be on our way. Alright. How about I just go this way to Aleport? Don't sneak up on me like that! I thought you were a feral turn on the road to England or something like that! You got just do you'd be singing a different tune if a shot of tomato juice almost took out your eye as it did mine. the time... What the heck is on my keyboard? Looks like chocolate. By the time I regain my wits, they'd already set sail with me ship and me livelihood. I'm ruined! Ruined! I'll never see another bleeding onion till the end of me days. It'll be too soon. Seeds of Rebellion. The Hero saith the Mandragoras are a nasty lot, a right pain in the arse to farmers and provisioners the realm over, but let me tell you, friend, that ain't the least of it. Freeing their fellow fronts from our larders and tables is but the beginning. The bulbous blackguards have a far grander scheme. Revolution. Madness, you say? Take a ferry to the House of Amber and see with your own eyes. A veritable vegetable kingdom where eggplants and turnips rule with an iron fist. This muscle-bound fellow with a dim expression. I could swear I've seen his face somewhere before. Bugger me if it ain't the undead overlord what fancies himself a gentleman inspector. Which would make you I. Could it be? The adventurer who bested the thief in duels in single combat? Yep. What bugger me and call me inspector? Telling me is it true that duelists travel with a demon bird whose crow could split the heavens? That's neither here nor there. Look, I don't know about you, but I ain't so keen on the notion of calling the blood tomato Yogras. That's exactly the fate we're in for if we don't nip this revolution in the bud. I mean that literally. As we speak, the Mandragoras are planting themselves a whole army of their own kind on the Isles of Umbra. You'd be doing the whole realm a favor if you could go there and uproot them where the harvest comes. In any case, have I solved my day, but I have not matched wits with sentient plant life before. This should prove quite exhilarating. To the Isles of Umbra! Normally I would fly there because flying, but it's like literally right here. Just pay the 40 gil and take the boat. Oh, I got the Mandragora bud. Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. Feel hostile gaze upon you. Cram. Feel a hostile gaze upon you. Oh, this one's taking a little longer. Pull, lock, Feel hostile gaze upon you. Oh, we need to reclaim the stolen foodstuffs from the Mandragoras. Oh, we have a Hildibrand here. Friend, my preserve the Mandragoras to still be beneath the surface. Yes, they must be down here somewhere. So we're kind of in a special fate-like thing. Hello. Oh, need a level sync down. Get out of here, Dragana. One's invulnerable. Oh no, vulnerability down. How could they do such a thing? And I probably need to take out the queen, don't I? No, Dragon is a slave! How could you do such a thing? put on this, couldn't I? Okay, the queen's down. Hey, Dragona got experience. And she's now lined in about 5,000 other things. Oh gosh, I'm like right on the edge of that. I didn't avoid it. Dragona, no! No, Dragona. You will be missed. Dumb onion. Turns out the onion's the most annoying one of all. Alright. Back to Costa del Sol. H was that game. I was definitely holding forward and it's like, no, stop. Return! I feared you might end up a tasty snack for a crazed head of cabbage. The stolen footsteps! You've saved my hide today. Oh, but I must see if those purple dragon peppers are intact. Master Gugurimu is quite particular about his seasoning. Oh, can I come too? I've never seen purple dragon pepper before. That wild vegetable chase was a pleasant diversion, but it's time to return to the case. Now, there must be some clue that yet eludes us. Cora, the peppers have changed color! What's this? Peppers that possess the same powers of disguise as their many-faced foe? A gentleman must needs investigate. Striking shade of blue, quite far from the purple that Master Lewinhart described. Perhaps we recovered the wrong crate? But look here, Inspector, the crate is clearly marked for Costa del Sol. How curious. Did I say purple? I meant purplish blue or bluish purple. The two colors are really quite similar when you think about it. These peppers are of the most distinctive hue. No man could reasonably mistake it for any shade of purple. Unless, of course, he was wearing a very particular sort of eyewear at the time. Ha! The charade is up! After the man! It's as I suspected all along. The goggles have proved the key to cracking the case. With speed, Nashu the fiend must be brought to justice. To the north! Oh. Wait, what? You can run, but you cannot. Haha! If you thought you could outsprint this mannerable man, you were sorely mistaken. For pilfering a priceless blade, threatening evading virtue, and untold crimes against the law-abiding citizens of yours, I, Hildibrand, agent of the Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, hereby place you under arrest. Done in by a snipper, fitting in for an ignoble thief. Let's see what lies behind the mask. Where am I? Who are you? Ha! Playing the fool will avail you not. I suggest you come willingly. A gentleman is not given to violence, but should you attempt to resist, I disavow responsibility for any shattered skulls and broken bones. Wait, I remember now. I was on my way to meet with Miss Arabella when... Miss Arabella, I must find her at once. Oh, my head. It would seem that this man wears no mask. This is the true Lewinhart. I swear on my life that this is so. I was en route to the estate in Wineport when one of the brass blades on patrol approached me. We exchanged greetings, and in the next instant, he turned on me. I fought desperately to defend myself, even engaging to drive a kitchen knife into the man's right hand. In the end, though, it proved too strong for me. Now that you mention it, the imposter was wearing gloves. I knew there was something suspicious about him. There's still time before the banquet begins. Knowing our quarry, he has doubtless already assumed a new identity. And yet he could not have foreseen this turn of events. It is unlikely that he had the time to thoroughly research his new target. Most importantly, we know now that the thief suffered a wound to his right hand. We simply return to Costa del Sol and examine the hands of all present. An excellent plan, Inspector. While you do so, we shall accompany Lewinhart back to the estate, that we might ensure Miss Arabella's safety. I have found you, my little ones. Let me guess, you seethe with anger at those that took from you what was yours. Then it would appear our goals are in accord. Make for Costa del Sol and await my orders when the time is right. Revenge will be yours. Game is afoot, inspectors. Now, what mask shall I wear to the ball? Oh, over the wine part. Miss Arabella, what are you doing out here? You must return to the estate at once. Lewin, always the warrior. Your concern is touching, but I am a woman grown. Besides, I just wanted to see the flowers. How lovely though these flowers may be, they are as unsightly weeds when measured against your beauty. I'm Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. Please call me Hildy. The pleasure is mine, my lord. Much have I heard of your deeds. Tell me, are these rumors true? A many-faced thief is true? I fear they are, Miss Arabella, but still your gentle heart. For as long as Hildibrand is on the case, the fiend shall not lay a twisted finger upon you. This I swear, the Vanderbilt name. The gods swear on me indeed, since such a strong and handsome gentleman is my champion, and yet... You seem pensive, my lady. Is something the matter? To tell the truth, this marriage has been arranged against my wishes. I do not love Vons. Why, I have not even met him. He sent me this clasp as a betrothal gift. A treasure for my treasure, wear it always, the message said. I do not care how beautiful it is. It might as well be a gold shackle. Miss Arabella, you mustn't say such things. An arranged marriage to a youth you have not even met? Unconscionable! Father says that this marriage must happen. That is for the future of the family trade. Spoken like a true old Don. But if I may be bold, my lady, would it be correct in assuming that you and your father are not related by blood? Quite so. Father found me amongst the beggars on Pearl Lane when I was just a babe. He took me in and raised me as his own. He took Lewin in as well, though as servant rather than son. May think Father called him miserly man, but to me, he's the man who gave me warmth and hope that I had, though. I will learn to love Vons, if that will make Father happy. Can't be serious, Miss Arabella. You are a beautiful young woman with your whole life ahead of you. Surely you would not have to look far to find a gentleman with whom you would rather spend the rest of your days. If I had to spend another hour with you, I'm like to lose my wits. But anyway, we should return to Costa del Sol and see how the inspector's investigation fares. I as well. Let's prepare for the banquet. Farewell, friends. A case of indecency. We've not a moment to lose, friend. The time of our final confrontation with the fiend is nigh. Our foe has doubtless assumed a new identity, but have no fear. Upon our return to Costa del Sol, I shall employ the time-tested Manderville art to parley to cut through the fiend's flimsy facade. It is an art that I would impart to you as well, friend, though there will be time enough for that once our foe is in shackles and Miss Arabella is safe. No doubt it shall prove as invaluable in your adventures as it has in my investigations. Failing that, serve to entertain you when you have nothing better to do. But I digress. A gentleman must away to Costa del Sol. The fair maiden's life hangs in the balance. Nashu, Miss Ellie, with me. Back over. Inspector Briardian, I have seen to the maiden's safety. Miss Arabella will be along soon. How far is your investigation? I've canvassed the grounds, but none of the guests are concealing their hands. How can this be? The thief must be somewhere. Miss Arabella just left her estate, I hear. I suppose we'll find out soon enough if her beauty is truly a match to our own. There's no time. Without the thief in custody, we cannot risk allowing Miss Arabella to take the stage. Inspector, Vons and his family will not take kindly to his betrothed's absence. That is nothing of my concern. Besides, doubtless the inspector here will think of something. Me? What do you propose? You're the expert at creating diversions. You can just knock something over or blow something up or like you always do. Inspector Briardi and I knew the day would come when that you recognized my many talents, worried not about Master Vaughn's. Yes, for the sake of the maiden, a gentleman will do what must needs be done. The poor soplax even the wits to know when he's being insulted. Now, to the task at hand. We must find a way to conceal Miss Arabella's true identity. Not far from here are the servants' quarters. There should be a change of clothes lying about. Perfect. Arya, find some suitably ordinary garb and deliver to Miss Arabella outside the gates. I shall proceed with the investigation. Okay. Has the latest man arrived yet? I must simply look upon her beauty for myself. Servant's garb, you say? I much prefer what you're wearing, but we certainly have enough rags to go around. Here you go. Do with them as you will. Over here. Greetings, friends. Oh, what's this here for me? Servant's garb? But why? Miss Arabella, with the thief still at large, the risk of letting you be seen is too great. Change into his clothes and promise you will not leave my sight. But the ceremony, Father will be furious, and Lord Vaughn's. We are dealing with a man who tried to blast me to the heavens and almost succeeded. Can I exercise enough caution? As for the ceremony, entrusted the matter to a certain gentleman. Need only concern yourself with your own safety. We should do as the inspector says, Miss Arabella. Your life is more important than this marriage, or whatever profits your father stands to gain from it. When Father heard you say such things, I should have said them long ago. By not doing so, I put your life in danger. But besides, we have not one but two skilled inspectors on the case. It will not be long until the fiend is brought to justice. Very well. I shall retreat to the carriage. Pray wait for me here. Apologies for the delay. What should I do with my banquet dress, Inspector? Arya, bring Miss Arabella's dress to that bumbling inspector. I dare not speculate as to how he intends to see to his task, but I would imagine he requires all help he can get. Now, let's return before the festivities begin. Alright. Let's bring this a breathtaking dress to Hildy. Ah, you returned me? I was in the act of formulating a master plan to distract Master Vaughn's at the ceremony. Is there aught I might do for you? Why, this is Miss Arabella's dress. I must admit to some confusion as to what to do with it, but worry not. I shall take it into safekeeping. And with that, I must attend to Master Vaughn's before the ceremony begins. Worry not, friend. I assure you that Inspector Briardi and I have the situation entirely under control. Why not find yourself a seat and enjoy the festivities? Let's have a seat. Sitting. What the heck? Curses! How am I to find my man with all these people milling about? Friends, family, business associates, it's an honor and a pleasure to welcome one and all to Costa del Sol for today's feast, co-hosted by the Brugger Consortium and the East Aldernar Trading Company. We trust that you've been enjoying fine food, fine spirits, and profitable conversation. Lapis Maiden, if even half the tales of her beauty are true, Vaughn's the luckiest bastard in the realm. Yatsu Nozu Sanana, honored guests, it's a great pleasure to announce the betrothal of my son Vaughn's, future chair of the Brugger Consortium, to Arabella, daughter of Master Gugurimu of the East Aldernar Trading Company. The couple would exchange their eternal vows there today, and the happiness that is theirs may usher in a new era of prosperity for one and all. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present my son's lovely bride, the Lapis Maiden, whose beauty minstrels will sing of for ages to come. Damn you, Hildibrand Manderville, you had one job! She's beautiful! Were the rabble expecting otherwise? She is my bride, after all. My lady, they say your beauty transcends even the boundaries of time. When we are wed, you will want for nothing. Pray, give your hand unto me. My son and stars, yes, yes, 1,000 times yes, I am yours and shall be forevermore. What have you done with my bride, you cross-dressing deviant? Quite intended, but I suppose it serves our purposes. Fear not, ladies and gentlemen, for Miss Arabella is safe and sound. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have but assumed the maiden's appearance and snare the foul fiend who would take aim at her life. The fiend who now lies defenselessly before me. The game is up, Vons, or should I call you by another name, the thief of many faces? Me? The thief? Are you mad? Appears that my masterful deductions have proved beyond the grasp of your mind. Very well, allow me to elucidate. While there is not a soul in the realm who has not heard the tales of Miss Arabella's beauty, there are but 2 men here in Costa del Sol who had gazed upon her lovely visage before today. Her father, Gugurimu, and her steward, Lewinhart. As you yourself admitted on multiple occasions, Master Vons, you were to have your first glimpse of your bride-to-be today. Considered in this light, would you not say your reaction upon seeing my face was most unnatural? Who else could see through my ingenious disguise? Who could know at a glance that was not the fair maiden, none save you? Ye have 1,000 faces. And anyone else would have their wits about them? How dare you make a mockery of my wedding day? Guards, arrest that pervert at once. Log him in the gaol and throw away the key. Arabella? Oh, thank the gods you're safe. Come with me quickly. There's a dangerous madman about. A glove on his right hand? Could it be? It took you that long to realize it? Aha, the man is a fool, but would have behooved you to listen to him. Last you did not, and what is yours is now mine. That's the thief! Stop wasting your time with that imbecile and arrest him! this way for me? You love me. You really, really love me. Intention is most flattering, but I've taken what I came for, and now I must away, my lords, my ladies, till we meet again. I hear that the real Vons was found bound and gagged in the storage room. Truly, Miss Arabella, I'm sorry. For what, my lady? The bake was more exciting than I ever could have hoped for. Vons and his father were furious, of course, but our marriage has been called off. But perhaps it's for the best. I would find my own way to make father happy by living my life as I would live it. It is you, Inspector Hildibrand, who taught me this lesson. For the love of the gods, somebody find him a change of clothes. One thing still puzzles me. The thieves challenged that he would steal the Lapis Maiden's virtue, yet in the end he only took only her necklace. I didn't mention it. Master Gugarima told me about the class when it first arrived. Engraved with a mark of the Sun Goddess is one of the most treasured pieces from the Brugere collection, known by many as Azema's Virtue. The Maiden's Virtue indeed. When the next challenge comes, we must take extra care to read between the lines. Over here, Inspector says, made you look. The fiend plays us for fools. Give that to me at once. When next we meet, I shall come to claim the victor's spoils. Another riddle. If nothing else, it appears the thief has abandoned any foolish notions of my assassination. Still, we must ever be on guard. The fiend attempted murder once, he may very well do so again. Verily, Inspector, I must agree. One can never be too wary when dealing with a murderer. Hear me, man of 1,000 faces. You seal your fate when you call me up by name. Mark my words, when next we meet, you will be mine. Yes, it was the Phantom Thief who was to blame for that bomb. Truly, verily, indubitably the Phantom Thief, most certainly. The Parley minigame is now available. You can unlock the Parley minigame and entertain yourself as many a Manderville man has before you by opening a toy chest in any inn room. To the victor goes a priceless treasure. Will the smile of a champion hold secrets untold? Are 8 legs better than 2? Can a Manderville man triumph over terrors and win the day? Hildibrand will return in the Colosseum Conundrum. The key to the next case is also the key to the storeroom. Be sure not to lose it. Wait, it's a real key and a figurative one at the same time? Is that even possible? I guess we'll find out next time. Whew. They're getting longer and longer, I swear. So, yeah, that wraps up the 2.3 Hildibrand story. Only 2 patches worth left to go. Yay! So next time, we will go ahead and do the 2.4 story. I saw a certain octopus. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps to keep being content like this and more. Hopefully with the SCI, what the actual heck? You can find links to it in the description along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is Inspector rinimt signing out. Bye, Dragona. Bye, all.